So what's going to be your income sources in retirement? Now, for many, that's only going to be a few things, and some of you it might only be one thing. But the main thing that everyone's going to have is typically Social Security. So what are we getting from Social Security every month? Okay, and then what are we going to get from, I don't know if you have anything with like a pension, or maybe you have, I don't know, alimony or something like that. But what do you have that is going to have money coming in every single month? Because one of the things we really want to try and do is, okay, with Social Security and pension and any other income sources, is really try and see if we can take care of this fixed amount number. So let's say we're getting, 4,000 a month from Social Security. That means we have, essentially $6,000 a month of consistent income that we want to try and make up with other sources of income. And I'll get to that in a second. But so the other source we're going to have is typically, what have you saved? Right. And that's going to be, your IRAs, your 401ks, whatever, investment account. I don't know, life insurance if you have that, if you have the ability to draw from it. But all those things you're going to want to say, okay, well, what's the amount saved and what can I safely generate for income a year? I mean, the general rule of thumb is typically the safe withdrawal rate is historically around 4% of your assets. So if you had $1 million, you can essentially generate $40,000 a year of income, for example. That rule to me is a little bit dated, but it could give you a good framework on where it goes because basically the market inflation is going to really determine how much you can actually withdraw. But the next question I want to ask is, okay, of the amount that I have saved, what would it take to close this $6,000 gap here for just consistent income? And for many folks, that could be doing something like, okay, I'm going to buy an annuity because the one nice thing about annuities is they will pay you, depending on the type, for the rest of your life. So if you live to 70, the payments will go until then. If you live to 120 years old, the payments will continue. And the one challenge we have when it comes to retirement is figuring out, okay, we have no idea when you're going to actually die. If we did, retirement planning would be incredibly easy, but unfortunately, we can't figure that out.